Today I'm going to talk about my top 10 Doctor Who companions. So I have made a list of my top 10 Doctor Who companions. I've got number 1 through 10 of my favorite companions on this list. So we're going to start the list going backwards from number 10 to number 1. Number 10 is Jamie McCrimmon, who was a companion to the second Doctor. Now, I chose Jamie as my number 10 companion because of the relationship he had with the Doctor. He wasn't just a companion of the Doctor. You could tell that that the Doctor and he were fantastic friends, were just great friends, and they really enjoyed each other's company. And if anything, I think a companion should be more than just a companion. He or she should be a friend to the Doctor. And that is exactly what Jamie McCrimmon was. Number 9 is Brigadier Alistair Lethbridge-Stewart, who was the head of unit for many years. The Brigadier was a companion to the third Doctor and showed up in some fourth Doctor episodes. On some other Doctor, he showed up at the fifth Doctor and the sixth Doctor, showed up at the seventh, and he showed up a lot within Doctor Who, and he really lasted a long time. And sadly, the actor who played the Brigadier died a few years ago. And they actually addressed his death in the episode. It was in the Series 6 finale, The Wedding of River Song. They addressed his death in that episode. And it had the 11th Doctor receiving a phone call from the hospital, and the hospital told him the Brigadier had passed away. And it was a very sad moment, but it was very fitting, because he was such a big part of Doctor Who, to have him referenced after his death. Number 8 is the Oswin Oswald Dalek, not Clara herself. Now, Clara is a wonderful companion, but she's not in my top 10. Now, when she was a Dalek in Asylum of the Daleks, that's when she gets on my top 10. And the reason that Oswin Oswald as a Dalek is on my top 10 is because I really, really enjoy the aspect of the Doctor kind of friends with a Dalek, his mortal enemy, a Dalek, and they're friends. Number 7 is Amy Pond. Yes, Amy Pond, the girl who waited. And she is my number 7 pick because I really, really like her character. I think she was well developed throughout the show. I think she had a lot of fantastic storylines. And I also like the aspect that at first she was in love with the Doctor and forgot all about Rory, her boyfriend. But then they returned and Rory became a companion as well. And in her last episode, The Angels Take Manhattan, she chose Rory over the Doctor. But I mean, she had chosen that a long time ago when they got married, when Rory and Amy got married. But you really, really saw that she loved Rory in The Angels Take Manhattan in those final moments. Number 6 is River Song. And I like River Song. I love her origin story. And that's mainly why she's on this list. That and the fact of her, and her relationship with the Doctor. I mean, she is the Doctor's wife. They got married. But like I said, I chose River because of her origin story. And yes, her relationship with the Doctor, but mainly because of her origin story. I love her origin story. It's very confusing, and it intertwines with this wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey type of stuff. And it's just really cool that we first see her in Silence of the Library, and it is revealed that she knows the Doctor, but the Doctor doesn't yet know her. And then we see her again in the Time of Angels and the Flesh of Stone, that storyline. And then we see her in the Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang. And then we see her in one of my favorite episodes of all of Doctor Who, The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. And that episode is where I really kind of fell in love with River as a companion. I thought she was just a wonderful companion in that episode. And then she just kept getting better and better and better. Number 5 is Captain Jack Harkness. And Captain Jack Harkness is my 5th choice because I love his relationship with the Doctor. And I also love his story as well. You see in the episode that he starts off in, the Doctor really doesn't like Captain Jack. He doesn't, it's an off and on thing. He likes him at some parts, he doesn't at others. And it really, really shows. And he grows to like Captain Jack. And then Captain Jack was killed by a Dalek. Rose, with all the power of Bad Wolf, brought Captain Jack back. Now Captain Jack is immortal. And also, Captain Jack is a very popular companion. After all, he got his own spin-off called Torchwood, in which he revived the Torchwood Institute. Number 4 is Vincent van Gogh. And he was a companion in one episode of Doctor Who. And that was called Vincent and the Doctor. And Vincent van Gogh, who is also a real person, and, well, was a real person. He died. But he was a very famous painter. If you haven't heard of Vincent van Gogh, where have you been? But, Vincent and the Doctor is also one of my favorite episodes. And I love the relationship he has with the Doctor, and also his character in general. Number 3 is Adam Mitchell. And he was a companion in I think it was 2 episodes. It might have been 3. No, I believe it was 2. It was 2 episodes of Doctor Who. And he was a companion that went against the Doctor's orders and kind of turned against the Doctor. Didn't really harm the Doctor. Didn't become an enemy. But disobeyed the Doctor. And the Doctor got very, very angry with him and left him behind with a big, giant thing in his forehead. And I liked this companion just because he isn't what we think of as a companion. We think of a companion as someone who will, ultimately obey the Doctor's wishes. This guy didn't, and that's why he makes number 3 on my list. Number 2 is Ian Chesterton, one of the first companions from the first Doctor era. And Ian Chesterton makes my list because he was the first person to question the Doctor and contradict the Doctor. And I like that. I think there are too many companions that are just kind of yes men to the Doctor in a way. The Doctor will say something, yes, Doctor. Yes, Doctor. The Doctor would say, we gotta do this. And Ian would say, well, why? Or he would contradict the Doctor and say, Doctor, that's not possible, and this is why. So, that's why I like Ian. He wasn't just a yes man. And my number 1 companion is the companion that has been there since the very beginning. In fact, this companion is behind me right now. Yes, this companion is the TARDIS. The TARDIS is the number 1 companion on Doctor Who. There is no denying it. That is not opinion. That is fact. The TARDIS is the number 1 companion on Doctor Who. So those are my top 10 companions on Doctor Who. I hope you enjoyed the list. Maybe you agree with it. Maybe you don't. But even if you don't agree with it, you can't deny that the TARDIS is the number 1 companion on Doctor Who. That's all I've got to say. Don't forget to check out the MRTV Facebook page, the Whovians Unite Facebook page, the Real Doctor Who Fans Facebook page, and the DC Cinematic Universe Facebook page. Links to these pages are in the box below. Go visit the pages, like the pages, share the pages, and show your support for them. I'm gonna go, and goodbye.
What I did without choice.
I know.
In the name of peace and sanity.
But not in the name of the Doctor.